All right, hi. So this is going to be a practice for the evening, so nighttime, preparing to go to bed. Usually we just flop into bed at the end of a busy day and we don't really prepare ourselves to have a decent, peaceful, restful night's sleep. And sometimes even when we sleep, we think we've slept well and we've slept through the night, we wake up feeling still tired and not refreshed and not alive and ready to face the day. So the postures that I'm going to show you for this evening's practice are just a few ways to bring your focus in on yourself a bit, to nurture yourself as you prepare to rest for the night, but also to release any tension that you've built up throughout the day. So we'll be working through a few standing postures, a few things that are going to really hopefully stretch out and release any tension that you've built throughout your busy day. And then we'll move it down to the floor and we'll work a little bit with the nurturing and softening and preparing for sleep. All right, so we'll start just sitting comfortably. So you can kneel or you can sit on a cushion or a block and just make sure that the flesh from the thighs is out of the way and that you can kind of feel the pelvis tilting forwards a little bit. Shoulders down and back, and we'll just close our eyes and take a couple of nice deep breaths. So this time is really important. This few moments where we just center ourselves, bring ourselves more fully into our bodies and out of our minds and all of the stress and the worries from the day. And as we focus on the breath and on the practice that we're about to do, we shift the attention away from perhaps things that may have been negative in your day. Or even if you've had a good day and you're just, tired and happy, just bringing it back to yourself and grounding is so important when we're preparing for a restful night. So steady, deep breaths. Shoulders and hips releasing as you exhale. Spine lengthening as you inhale, heart lifting. Inner body brightening. With each out breath, outer body softening. And then just bring your hands together in front of your heart. So into Anjali Mudra. Palms pressed together, shoulders down, heart lifts. And just take a moment to make a little promise to yourself to just honor how you're feeling. To not put any pressure on yourself. And to just take this practice as an opportunity to show a little bit of love for yourself. To take care of yourself, to nurture yourself. And we'll just take a couple more breaths here. And then just gently release the hands. And blink your eyes open. So as you exhale, take your chin down to your chest. And take a really deep breath into the space between your shoulder blades. Let the back of the neck lengthen. And then breathing in, take your chin up towards the ceiling. So just let the front of the neck lengthen up. And bring it back to center. I'm going to exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your hand on the left side to the floor and drop the left shoulder. And then breathe in and come back. Exhale to the other side. And then breathe in and come back to center again. So stay nice and long through the spine with the shoulders down. We're going to exhale from the belly. Just turn in towards your right thigh. Hook your left hand outside of your knee and bring your right hand thumb down behind your back so the thumb faces the center of your back. Keep the shoulders back and just gently turn and look over the right shoulder. And then breathing in, come back to center. And exhale to the other side. So lengthen. Exhale, turn from the belly, look over your shoulder, just gently. And then breathe in, come back to the middle again. All right, so if you're up on a block or a pillow or something, just take that out to the side. I'm going to come straight up onto hands and knees. So grounding the fingers, press down through the pads of the fingers, press down through the base of the knuckles. Melt between the shoulder blades, take your shoulders away from your ears. Stay soft in the back of the heart space as we move up into downward facing dog. So adjust your feet. Stay soft between the shoulder blades and take the sitting bones high up towards the ceiling. So you might want to bend your knees and really work on lengthening up and back away from the hands. And then think about pressing the thighs back, pressing the heels back. Just stretching here. So we'll just take a few breaths. And the whole of the back body gets a stretch here. And we're going to look up between our hands and just walk the feet up. So we're into Uttanasana, feet hip distance apart. Ground through the four corners of the feet. Breathe in, look up, lengthen your spine. And exhale, just fold in. And then breathe in again, look up, long spine. Exhale, fold again. One more, breathe in, look up. Exhale and fold. And then in breath, come all the way up. Lead with your heart. Take the hands up. Exhale, take your hands down. Back into Anjali Mudra. So take the shoulders right down. Ground the feet, tuck the tailbone. Breathe in, sweep the hands up again. Lean back just a little bit. Exhale, fold. In breath, look up. Exhale, we'll step the right foot back into a lunge. And just bring your hands onto the front thigh. So if you find that you're a bit wobbly here, if you need to kind of get your balance and you're losing the back leg, I want you to think about hugging everything in towards the midline. So imagine a line down the center of your mat. Hug from the outsides of your thighs in towards your pelvis, center of your pelvis. Hug in. And then scissor the legs together as well. So same thing. Draw the feet in towards each other. And as you do that, hugging in, all that muscular energy moving in towards this focal point of the pelvis, you'll feel yourself just lift up a little bit. From there, soften out. So organically just let the energy soften out again so that although we're drawing up into it, we can still release down into the pose. Keep the back thigh nice and firm and drop the head of this thigh bone here. So even get your thumb in and drop down. Good. Now stay firm with the legs and we're going to take an in-breath and sweep the hands up. And as you exhale, shoulders down and just look up. So it's just a gentle curve to the spine. We're not doing a major back bend here. We're just opening up. And then we're going to exhale. Take the hands to the floor, step forward. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, fold in again. And then in breath, look up. And exhale, take the left foot back. Yeah. So just check back, make sure you're spreading across the ball of the back foot as well as the front. Hands on the front thigh. And just work on hugging into the midline, firming the back thigh, and as you exhale, just starting to move the belly away from the front thigh. So going deeper, softening out from that energy drawing in. Breathe in, take the hands up. Exhale, shoulders down, just curl back a little bit. So just looking up, keeping it gentle. And then breathe in, take your hands back to the floor. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Just allow yourself to stretch out. Good. And then on the in-breath, just walk the feet in again. Lengthen your spine and exhale, fold. Breathe in, come all the way back up. Exhale and take your hands down. Breathe in, sweep the hands up again. Exhale and fold. In breath, look up. Exhale, right foot back. So just take the back knee to the floor for a second. Come up into a lunge again. So we're going to turn in towards the front thigh. I want you to turn from the lower belly, but don't lose the legs. What tends to happen when we start to turn and bring ourselves into a twist this way is that we want to bring the legs into like this square shape. So instead of letting that happen, I want you to stay deep in the lunge and keep your legs in this other shape, which I'm not sure of the name of. Rhomboid, something, I don't know. All right, so turning in. Got to learn all my shapes with my little boy, I think. Palms together. And hug in again. So hugging into the midline, straighten out the back leg. So if you find as you take the back knee off the floor that you lose the balance here, pop it back down again and just work here, that's fine. Otherwise we're here. So I want you to press your arm into your thigh, and as you do that, lift your belly and turn. And then take your head up. So tips of the ears back, shoulders back, look up. So twisting like this is a really good way to release the toxins that are building up in all of our organs. So big twist, turning in. And then release. Exhale, downward dog. Stretch out. So as we stretch back in downward dog, just releasing the shoulders a little bit. So as we kind of soften between the shoulder blades, but we keep the arms lifting away from the floor, then we find a bit more length through the waistline, through the spine. Take the sitting bones higher, push back through the legs. Just breathe. And look up between the hands again and again. We just walk the feet in, so we're keeping it gentle. Lengthen and exhale, fold. Breathe in, look up again. And exhale and take the left foot back into the lunge. Drop the back knee just while you come up and sort yourself out. And again, we stay deep in that funny shape and not with the square. So turning from the belly in towards that front thigh, hook your elbow. Palms together. And then if you find the balance, you can pick up the back leg, firm the back thigh, press your arm and turn deeper. And then turn your head and look up. And breathe. And then release again. Palms to the floor. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. And stretch out. And this time with the in-breath, we're going to look up between the hands and just step the right foot forward. Turn the back foot flat and come up with your arm across your thigh. So we're into, still in a lunge, but on the side. I want you to think about lining up the heel of your front foot with the arch of your back foot here, and then stick your bottom out. So we're turning the thighs in here so that we're creating space across the sacrum. From there, you're going to just lengthen the tailbone down and start to come up by tucking the right buttock under, taking the left hip back, taking the shoulder back, and we're going to just open up here. So as we exhale, go deeper with the front thigh. Take the shoulders back again. Take 2 more breaths. Then press with the feet and breathe into Virabhadrasana 2. So warrior 2, shoulders down, exhale, go deep again with the front thigh. And then press the feet again and come up. Change feet. Okay, so check the front foot lines up with the arch of the back foot. Bend the front knee, arm across your thigh, stick your bottom out, so spiraling the thighs there so that we've got all this lovely space here. And then we lengthen the tailbone down. Open up the knee, open up the hip, and then open up the arm. Exhale, go deeper. And then press the feet, breathe in, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, deepen it again. See if you can get the front thigh so that it's parallel with the floor. And then press the feet and come up to standing. Turn the toes to face the front. And take your hands on your hips or on the tops of your thighs. Shrug your shoulders back. Keep a straight back and take your hands to the floor. So ground. Let's first ground the inner edges of the feet. So big toe side, press down. Spread your toes out, press them into the mat. And then ground the outside edge of your feet so that you see the arches lifting a little bit and the ankles move away from the floor. So we're not letting this collapse in. We want to stay grounded through here, lifting through here. From there, hug the shins towards each other. So we're keeping the legs moving in this direction with muscular energy so that the legs stay engaged. Now breathe in, look up and lengthen. And exhale, fold. So shoulders down, head down. And just breathe here. If you find that your head's on the floor and you're more flexible, you can even reach your hands through, walk them through. And then breathe in, come up. Hands on your thighs again, shoulders back. In breath, come up with a straight back. Okay, just soften your knees, heel, toe. Whoop, nearly went. Jump your feet together. And then we'll come down to seated position. All right, so hopefully now we've just stretched out a little bit and released some of the tension and just opened up a little bit and got rid of all those horrible toxins and things that we were carrying around with us from the day. So now we're going to bring it in a little bit, quietening down, softening, nurturing, just trying to prepare ourselves for that good night's sleep that we're going to have. We're going to work in Janu Shirshasana, so taking your left knee out to the side, tuck your foot in close and move the flesh from both thighs out of the way. Lengthen out through this straight leg. So let the heel lengthen forwards and keep the foot active. So don't just allow it to fall to the side. I want you to keep this leg working. So the thigh is firm, the foot is awake. And we're going to just bring our hands to the foot if we can. If you can't reach, then grab a belt or a strap or something and hook it around the ball of your foot here. So you can be working there, that's fine. If you can reach, I want you to breathe in and lift up, and then we're turning from the belly again. So even if you want to take your hand out to the side and turn from there, and then exhale, start to come forward. And as we bow forward, I want you to keep your elbows lifting so that we keep the heart space open, even in this forward folding position. We're just going to take a few breaths here. Use the in-breath to lengthen the upper body and the out-breath to fold. And then breathing in, just gently release and come up, and we'll change sides. So same thing again, tuck your foot in close, take the flesh from the thighs out of the way. lengthen out through this leg so we don't allow it to just flop. And we want to keep this foot active as well. So don't just let that one kind of sickle to the side. I want you to keep it on its edge and keep the toes awake on both feet. Now breathe in, lift up, lengthen. If you can reach your foot, go for it. Otherwise, use that strap, turning from the belly in towards the straight leg. Lengthen and exhale, fold. And again, keep the elbows lifting, keep the heart open. And use the breath. And then with an in-breath, come back up and take both legs out in front. Flesh on the thighs is probably snuck back in there. Take it out. Now lengthen through both legs, through the heels, keep the feet awake, coming into Paschimottanasana. So want to draw the tummy muscles back, draw the abdominal muscles in so that we're protecting the lumbar spine as we fold forward. And again, if you need to use a strap, you can put it around both feet and just work there. Shoulders back, chest forward, and come down from there. Okay. If you don't need the strap, you can take hold of your feet, breathe in and lengthen, pull the tummy in, and exhale, just start to fold forward. So same thing, use the breath, each breath lengthening as you breathe in, folding as you exhale, keep the tummy firm. And then breathe in and come up, nice and slowly, and bring the soles of the feet together. So into Baddha Konasana. And again, let's just take that flesh from the thighs out. Or maybe even you can kind of pick yourself up, catch the flesh from the thighs, and then bring your hands back around. Good. So we're going to in-breath and lengthen the spine. And as we exhale, push the knees towards the floor. So your feet might want to open, and it's quite nice to have a bedtime story with your feet, like they're a book. So just open them up if they want to. And allow the knees to fall, shoulders back, heart lifted, and just breathe. Okay, and then take the soles of the feet back together if they've opened. Take them further forward. Hold the feet again. So again, pull the tummy muscles back with an in-breath, lengthen up, and exhale, bow forward. So if you want to open your feet again, you can put the top of your head into the soles of your feet. And just breathe here. It's such a lovely, nurturing place to be. Breathing in, come up. And we take the right leg out to the side, bring the left leg in. Get to sit nice and tall. Turn in towards the straight leg again. And the same thing applies. If you need the strap around your foot, you can work here. Otherwise, we'll just take both hands to the foot. Breathe in and lengthen. Turn from the belly, exhale and fold. Breathe in and come up. Change sides. Lengthen up. Exhale and fold. Turning in towards that straight leg from the belly. Come back up again as you breathe in. And just bring the legs together. So we'll turn around and just lie down on your mat. So we're flat on your back, hug the knees into your chest. All right, so just lengthen back away from the hips a little bit. Keep the shoulder blades flat on the floor. And then we're going to bring the sole of the right foot down and cross the left leg over the right knee. So ankle over the knee. Then we're going to pick that foot up again and hug the back of that right leg in towards your chest. So pull in. And at the same time, your bottom's going to want to lift up. So as you pull in, I want you to lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor. So we keep the sitting bones moving down as we pull the leg in. And then just gently release and take it to the other side. So pull that leg in, lengthen the tailbone down. And gently release. Take both legs out straight. Take your arms up, shoulders down, so shoulder blades are flat. Stretch out through both heels and all 10 fingers and thumbs. So full body stretch. And then hug the knees in again. And just bring them close to your chest. Have a little rock from side to side. Just gently massaging out the lower back. And then take your arms to the sides. And as you exhale, drop your knees to the floor on the left and look at your right hand. And the same thing again, breathe in and exhale to the other side. So drop the knees, look at your left hand. And then breathe in, come back. Hug the knees in tight. Little rock from side to side. And then you can either just lengthen your legs out and relax in Shavasana just for a few breaths. Or you can come up to sitting again and just sit with your eyes closed. So up to you. If you're sitting, make sure you're comfortable. If you're lying in Shavasana, if you can get hold of a lavender eye pillow, that really helps you to relax as well. So I just made some, but you can buy them as well. So pillow across your eyes, totally relaxing with the lavender in it. Otherwise, sitting up, eyes closed and shoulders down. And we're just going to take a few moments to allow ourselves to relax completely. So we're just going to focus on the breath and nothing else. So if any other thoughts come into your head, if you are distracted by something, just see if you can let it go and bring your awareness back to the breath again. And the breath is going to be natural and steady and effortless. And you're going to notice the length of the inhalation, length of the exhalation. And the spaces in between the breaths. So without trying to change any of it, just be aware. And those pauses between the breaths, those are little moments of silence and stillness. See if you can just rest your awareness there, in those pauses. And let go of everything else. Just allow yourself to be. Just allow the next inhalation to be a little bit deeper. And if you're lying down, just bring your knees back up to your chest and roll onto your side slowly. And take your time. When you feel ready, come up to a seated position again. And we'll stay with the breath. A gentle, steady flow. And bring our hands together in front of our hearts again. We turn the awareness, the gaze into the heart center. To that light, that divine spirit, that innate goodness in each of us. And to that light that shines so brightly. Just bow your head with love. Namaste.